Welcome to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Controversial 1-1 draw. It's ended here. The Hornets taking the lead early on through Abdoulaye Doucouré. Held on to that lead right towards the end until Dele Alli's controversial equaliser 4 minutes from time lands the home side a share of the spoils. Nathaniel Chalobah was impressive in the Hornets midfield this afternoon. Does that feel like a defeat?
Yeah, definitely. I'd have to say it feels like a defeat, but you look on the other side of it. I think we showed great character today, great resilience. It's hard to come here and try and play. As you could see, Spurs are a very good team. They pressed us quite hard today, and at times we showed that we could actually get out of the press. And on another day, we finished the chances that we had, and I think we have to take the positives out of every situation right now, and that's something we definitely have to take from this.
So before the game, I'm sure everybody at Watford Persuasion will say, if we come here and get a point, then that's a hugely positive result, and it is. And of the positives of how well you've played here today, as you say, and really, with a little bit more care in the final third, perhaps in the second half, could easily have been 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And the game would have been over before the controversy at the end.
No, I agree, but it's difficult because we've got a lot of time off the ball. We spent a lot of time running off the ball and defending against them. So when we have the ball, it's tough to then try and show that quality because it's also hard that we're just running off trying to close the areas, trying to close the spaces so that they don't hurt us. But I think the most positive thing from today is the fact that we're starting to show that strength as a unit. And I think today we were very unlucky to actually concede. The last game that we had at home, we also did very well not to concede. At the start of the season, it was a different story, and the gaffers embedded that in us really and tried to make sure that we close the gaps and stop teams scoring first, and then maybe we can create something up the other end.
You mentioned sort of working hard off the ball to close the spaces. Just how hard was that against a team with such quality and they can find those little pockets all the time, and how important a role is it just in front of that back three?
Oh, it was tough. It was tough. For me, the first 15 minutes, I probably touched the ball 4 times. But I had to make sure I kept closing the gaps in because Cleves was going out, Dukes was going out. And it was hard because although we have three players at the back and I've got 3 behind me, they were very clever in that sense where they kept putting Lucas in the space, Harry Kane popped in the space, and Dele Alli was in the space. So it was tough, but I think we handled it very well. They didn't really have any clear-cut chances, I'd say. But it's just unfortunate that we're leaving here with a point today. But I tell you what, like you said, when we first came here, if you said we could have a point, we'd take it. So we just got to dust ourselves off and go again next week.
And how much confidence does that give the group to come away from here with such a positive feeling and a positive result now going into these next games?
Yeah, it's massive. It's massive. Against any of the top 6, I would say, to get points against them it's a positive thing. You have to take, if you thought we'd come to Spurs away and get a point, you'd be chuffed with that. But like I said, it's tough to say that without feeling a little bit of disappointment inside because we could have got 3 at the end of the day. But it's football. Sometimes it happens, and like I said, we just have to focus on next week.
None of us want to get any of us into trouble. We have just got to mention the 2 controversial incidents. As a player, I'm not going to get you to comment on individual decisions, but what's it like on the pitch when you're waiting? And
it's horrible.
Sort of like, what sort of communication is there with the officials?
It's horrible.
With the VAR?
I mean, personally for me,
on the screen as well.
Personally for me, the first one was a penalty, but that's just my thought at the end of the day.
No?
But I feel like if they're going to have VAR, I've seen it again actually, and I think if they're going to have VAR, then the decisions that they make, they have to try and at least make sure it's the right decision. And I think personally it's a penalty, but VAR says something different. Why have VAR if there's going to be controversial decisions not made clearly? But anyways, like I said, I'm just there to play, and it's not my place to comment on it. But Yeah, it's horrible waiting, and obviously it went up on the screen. I didn't notice it at first. I just heard cheering, and I looked over and it was our fans cheering, and I thought, oh, they haven't given it, but the referee was running to the middle of the pitch. So I've just gone from one emotion to another, and I don't think that's right. That's not correct. Whoever's put it up on the screens, it's just not.
No, well,
Not the
maybe
right
the
thing
person
to
who
do.
put it up on the screen was right.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Because
what
we
I
felt.
thought. Because
That's what we thought that was right, of
Yeah,
course.
exactly.
But I'm not going to lead you down that path. And Nate, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Great to see you back in the side today. Well
Cheers.
done today,
Thank you.
and onwards and upwards to Bournemouth next week.
Thank you.
A change of angle, change of player. Gerard Deulofeu joins us, pressed into action very early on, your 50th appearance for the club. How hard is it to see a teammate go down so early and then have to get your head in the game and come on after just 2 minutes?
Yeah, that's football. The football changed really quick, and you have to be ready every time, and that's what I show. I show my performance, and the performance of the team was a shame for not get the 3 points, but we take good result from here, and more we take confidence. That's the most important thing.
How important is that? You know, it's been a long time since a win. We got so close today, but we felt there's been a lot of talk about confidence, hasn't there, with the team not winning. So how big a boost, how big a help to confidence does a performance and a result like today give you all?
Yeah, in that season we are in a bad period, and every point and every good game we play is good for confidence, for get out of the bottom of the table, because I don't think we deserve this with that group of players. We train well, and we showed today what we can do, and we have to fight for try to win, because it's a long time without win on Premier League. But today was shame, because I think we deserve the 3 points.
We're going to talk, I think all the talk later is going to be about one thing, and that's VAR. The 2 big incidents, you were involved in one of them just before half-time, your goal side of Vertonghen. It didn't look to us like he touched the ball. He looks like he took your leg. You tell us what you felt.
For me, I said to my teammates and to all the people, for me it's 100% penalty. I felt because I'm traveling the ball, and he touched me. He didn't touch the ball, but finally it's not my decision, and I hope next time of that type of action it's gonna be a penalty.
Second half, we had a number of opportunities, didn't we, on break or on the counter-attack. Maybe just the final pass or the final shot didn't quite go to plan. Is that perhaps the one disappointment, that maybe some of those opportunities we didn't make more of to perhaps get that second goal and put the game beyond Tottenham?
Yes, there is today in the game. There is a lot of spaces in the counter-attack. I have to say also it's tough for the strikers defend how we defend today, because we defend really well, really compact, and after it's tough to go to counter-attack. But today was spaces. And finally, in the second half, what you said, we didn't take the best
option or decision.
Yeah, decision. But that's football, and we have to improve every day. And next time we're gonna take the best decision, and I hope we're gonna win finally.
I won't push you too much on the equaliser, because you're quite a long way from it, but how sort of weird is that as a player when you're stood there, you think they might have equalised, you're standing, you're waiting for decision, the screen comes up with no goal, and what was that like? How strange did that feel as a footballer, with this, obviously with VAR being so new?
Also in that decision, when I was in the pitch, I can show the fault to Kaba in my opinion. But finally, it's the VAR and the decision of the referees. We can't do nothing.
No.
Just keep fighting and try to win more easy.
Talking of Kaba, there he was. Thank you. Little bit of introduction. Let's end on a positive. It's, you know, if we've been offered a point at one of the top 6 teams, you know, then we would have taken it after the start we had. How important to use this now and really have a really good week moving into Bournemouth next week, and you know, take all the positives from today and get that first win on board.
Yes, I told you before, it's really a good point for that type of stadium. But finally, if you see the highlights or if you see the game inside, you think you can get the 3 points. It doesn't matter if it's Man City or if it's today Tottenham. So let's see. You said 2 questions.
I said 2 minutes. I've kept you for 5. Jerry, thanks for joining us. Well done today. That's it from us from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Whilst he gets out of shot, it finished 1 apiece. It's a great point for the Hornets. Lots of controversy, but thanks for joining us. Thanks for all your support today as well. That was outstanding. We'll see you at Vicarage Road next weekend.
Click here for more videos.